Ugh. Of course, there's a glass nigga in here going ham. Oh shit. Oh no, nigga, do you get tired of that shit? What's up, buddy? What's up, out of here? James, you in? Katie, what's up? Support, what's good? Sean family, what's up? This shit funny. This boy. Fuck is that? Sean family, make you a mod. We we can consider that. You have been being consistent. Like my moderators, for the most part, them put in some work. Like they've been on my channel heavily for a while. I actually got about what? I got about I think 12 maybe now. So I got quite a few. Anyways, though, I'm trying to give people time to go ahead and come up in here. Make sure y'all hitting the like as you come in. What's up, Caleb? Talia, what's good? We never had any and issues banning or timing out, timing ones out except the looking for months because guys got yeah. Trust me. That dude that you see doing it, that fool been doing that shit for months. We don't got rid of this nigga account like probably literally over 20 times, but he just keeps coming back till we get tired of him. Anyway, though, let's see. We're about to go ahead and get started. But before we dive into the early predictions for this episode 8, I want to ask y'all, for those of y'all, I don't know, all of y'all may ain't seen it yet, but there was a clip sent to me by my boy CG. He sent me something with them filming a scene for episode uh, filming a scene for, I mean, not for episode, filming a scene of Power of Origins. So we seen Spencer Moore, the AKA Young Ghost. He was doing a scene speaking to some people, and I'm not exactly sure, you know, who it was he was talking to. But for those of y'all that seen it, just wanted to get your quick thoughts on what y'all thought of that quick little snippet before we dive into these early predictions. Ty Shepard, you say you seen it? Hey man, can you shout out my son Nick Gertz? He's been a fan for a while and is in the hospital. Thanks in regards. Uh yeah, of course. Get well, Nick. What is he in the hospital for? Prayers up for you. Everybody on the panel, say a quick prayer for Nick. And much respect, for him showing love to the channel. You and the son. Golson, what's up, my boy? Okay, this nigga's trolling. Whoever this is, I'm pretty sure is trolling right now. Yeah, this nigga's a troll. This is a troll. Why do we won't go to my channel to do this shit? I gotta start communicating with the other YouTubers more, bro. And ask them, do motherfuckers come in their channel and act a damn fool the way y'all doing, man? This is crazy. But we about to get your ass up out of here. That's what we about to do with this dumb ass shit. You got his ass up out of here. Good, good. With the back tripping. The clip on my channel right now, if you want to see it. I also can go ahead and just share it, but it's on my channel. Hey, hold on, son. When you just talking about, hold up, son. You can't be switching on me like that, man. We were just talking about how he coming back. What make you think he ain't? What didn't happen in like these last maybe 30 hours to change your mind? I think Spence fit that role perfectly after seeing that clip of them family. Now you ain't really late to Gary, bro. I just started 10 minutes ago, and we really just getting started on. I'm actually starting on a topic that's not even on the character list right now. So, basically, I got a clip that's up right now of the young ghost from Power Origins, and I just wanted to get people's take on it, which I think of that scene. Like it's very short, and you can barely kind of hear them because you can tell that whoever it was that was filming it was probably just a fan that was filming from far away, and they just zoomed in on it. But according to what I saw with his mannerisms and stuff, I'm gonna actually pull it up real quick. We'll touch on this topic real quick for like maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll move on to the early predictions. So there you go. That's the clip I'm talking about. I was watching Tariq's recent interview. He was saying the ghost era is over with. Damn. I mean, he could be saying that to mislead us, bro. You just never know. I think Ghost is dead because Power has a formula where if they reveal or assert the importance of characters past, they get written out. In season 2, we got a short backstory on Pink Sneakers before Dre killed her, and Noma revealed her past to Anya about her parents. They both died in the end. But we didn't really get no past from Ghost. All we got was what? You trying to say because Uncle Gabe showed up? That one short ass thing. Mecca backstory was revealed to be the reason why the feds looked into Lobos and Ghost into OG Power, and he died. They look like a little budget Lamar Jackson. Everybody get out this thing. Okay, I think of the scene that his mannerism matches. That's what I think. I don't know how good this show is gonna be. I mean, I'll say I don't have super high expectations for it, but I got some. I will say I'm at a 7 right now with this Power Origins. I mean, obviously it's still a whole lot that we ain't seen yet, but just wanted to throw that in there real quick, give it a little time. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and go with the topics at hand. So, episode 8 early predictions. Let's go ahead and touch on all the things that we expect to happen in this episode 8. Now, JP dying is pretty much obvious. I mean, we can touch on it. I pretty much already put the video out there. If you ain't seen it yet, go ahead and take a look at it. Where basically it's 100% confirmation. JP getting his ass. They getting him up out of here. Like somebody tried to get in the comment section and say that it was King ugly as hell up in the chair that he shot. I'm like, bro, that's crazy that you even trying to make this point. But you know, some niggas I don't know, they just want to be right, I guess. We got important information on Stacy in this episode of Forrest and Tommy. Tommy killed, and you definitely right about that. I gotta give you that shit. In the last few episodes of Power, they making Ghost seem untouchable, making all them enemies, and then that Gabe saying about his father dying, and then no one can stop was setting up his downfall. Okay, so let me ask you this, Dave. Tommy now is practically doing the same thing. We're getting backstory about Tommy too. He told the story about, you know, how Kate had the pigeons and stuff like that. You know, how Kate was trying, you know, he talked about let me see what else we get about it. And, you know, Tommy is very arrogant this season, how he's been acting towards Vic and shit like that. So my question is, can we make the same case that Tommy is about to die, judging by what you're saying? You can see King ugly as hell behind you now when he's shooting JP. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Niggas just be wanting to argue with you. How the fuck is his big ass in that chair when he right beside? Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Sean. My hopes, they started to kill my confidence that he alive now too. But I'm gonna keep hope alive because it's just way too much that don't add up. Bro, it's crazy. It was something else major that I noticed, and I don't know how the hell it slipped my thought that made me be like, bro, how can they explain this if Ghost is dead? But it'll come back to me. When it do, I'll make a video. If I remember it while we on this live, I'll reveal it while we on this live. Right now, this shit slipped my head. So, so other than JP died, I heard MovieBot, right? MovieBot touched on JP died. He didn't show the proof like I did, but he just basically put two and two together. And pretty much all the other big channels are talking about the same thing. Nobody pointed out what I pointed out, which I was kind of shocked about because I spoke about this on the live Thursday. Well, Thursday going into Friday, the one we do when we watch the episode. And the crazy part about it is I spoke about it and then I'm surprised that nobody take that and hurry up and make a video about it. I haven't checked LP's channel because I don't really look at his channel. The only people's channel I really look at now, Mark Dart to a degree, MovieBot, Getting How I Live, and Top Notch to Watch. That's pretty much the only channels I watch as of now. And none of them had it. Like they pretty much was talking about, the the house they was at, which is the truth. You could tell that they were clearly at JP's house. And they talked about, other things. What else did they point out? How Kay Egan was saying make them suffer and stuff like that. Pretty much the typical things that at this point, unless you just haven't been paying attention, you should have been able to figure out. Yes, they didn't want to pay him. Something bad will have Tommy at some point. He might not die like the other characters, but his downfall is coming. Not now, but in Power of Legacy. If it gets greenlit, and then there's Elisa Marie. I think Omari has officially given up on Power because he hasn't said much in a while, and Power Hood has been announced for a while. Okay, so let me tell you this. Here's something else that I know Power do. Something that they do. Whenever a big character or something like that is about to show up or die, they typically, if you pay attention, obviously they can do it with Ghost because Ghost is the lead of the show. But some of these other characters, they kind of slowly be fading away. Or when a kind of big character is about to do something ugly as hell, they'll slowly fade away so that you can forget about them. And when they do something, you'll be shocked about it. Like King Ugly as Hell. The last time we seen King Ugly as Hell is episode 4. But he's gonna show up in episode 8. And they're gonna take him and Jannard is gonna take out JP. Same thing with Kate Egan. They ain't showed her until episode set. I mean, the whole season, and now episode 7, the last one, they finally showed her. I thought Legacy been greenlit. I thought it was too. I think it is greenlit. It is. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they said it's in the writers' room. So it can't be in the writers' room. If, well, it can, but a show like this that already has, a franchise, if it's in the writers' room, more than likely it's done. It's gonna get made. But my only thing is too, why would 50 Cent and Mara go on an interview run like that? And 50 is a master at, you know, making publicity stunts. He's very good at that. Yeah, Power. I think Power did think his asking price is too high. I do think they probably said that. But this is my thing. I wonder what he's asking for. Because clearly they didn't have a problem with giving Mary J 400K. So if they didn't have a problem with giving Mary J 100K, then they probably won't have a problem with, you know, giving Ghost the same amount. So Ghost probably wanted, honestly, probably wanted $1 million. Which, I mean, that isn't something that big time TV stars don't get. But maybe they felt like that was too much. Stars Network isn't as big as some of these other channels. How long did it take for you need to come back? 5 episodes. When you're speaking of when he got beat up by Ronnie, I'm guessing, right? It took 5 episodes. He got taken out in episode 5, and then he didn't return until the finale. Legacy is greenlit, but it's only gonna be like 2 to 3 seasons. Where do you get that from? It's only gonna be 2 to 3 seasons. 50 Cent got something up his sleeve. What you think is the asking price? Yeah, I just answered that. Mary J is a household name. Yeah, she is. No question about it. Who knows? Maybe Stars had the money to pay Amari, and then the writer's strike messed up everything, or Amari price is too high for it. If he was asking for 500K, I think they should have gave it to him. Me personally. Shit. Especially you just got rid of Mary J. That opened up the budgets. The viewerships of the show is off the chain. That's what I heard of Mill too. And like I said, big time TV stars do get that. Like certain ones of Game of Thrones, if I'm not mistaken, was getting that. And they're putting up the same numbers as Game of Thrones. So just saying. And even lesser shows, like as far as viewerships, are getting that. I think about it. Star said they gonna start doing spinoffs for 2 to 3 seasons and move off to the next spinoffs. They new trend might be. They new trend might be extend the amount of episodes but lower the seasons. That might be what they start doing. Because we know we get Origins is 18 episodes. So that might be what they start doing. Amari is not a C-list actor. He's a B-list actor at the lowest. There's no way you're signed to CAA and you're a C-list actor. This might be an unpopular opinion to some, but Gary Lennon should have took over as showrunner for book 2 after Courtney K left. It would have been in better hands. Well, especially if he would have did with it what he doing with Force, absolutely. Tommy gonna die soon when they do that power movie. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is with Amari. It has nothing to do with his acting ability. He has the resume, and he meets the criteria to get that. Like I said, the people on Game of Thrones do. We're getting that. People on Game of Thrones, like the one that plays Daenerys, that was her acting debut. Some of them people on there never acted before, and they were getting that. So you're telling me Amari, who is a seasoned actor that has the experience, has the training, and he built the fan base, he doesn't deserve it? That's crazy. And then on top of that, like he said, he was the face of the network, which he was. People only watched Stars in the beginning because of power. And Amari Hartwick's face was all over it. But anyways, though, let's go ahead and let's not get too distracted. Let's go ahead and get to these predictions for episode 8. Episode 8, people. So what outside of JP dying, because like I was saying, MovieBot said he believes Jannard is gonna take out JP, but according to the different angles, he believed that he may take out King Ugly as Hell as well. And I can actually see that because and make some sense of it, because think about this. King Ugly as Hell looked like the type that just hot and just violent as hell. And he seems like he's a little bit unreasonable. So they might, decide that, he's better off gone and take that opportunity to take him out. Or maybe King Ugly as Hell finds out some information. Because here's something that I thought. We did see him on the phone, right? We seen the photo of him on the phone. And here's the thing with him on the phone. If he could, what if while Jannard was taking out JP, he actually, instead of him being on the phone to let Tommy hear it, he's actually on the phone because he gets a call, and then whatever that call is, tell him some information that CBI may have done this, and that. You know what I'm saying? And it exposes a lie that they were trying to tell him. And he hurry up and shoot King Ugly as Hell because, obviously he don't want him to retaliate. When I want to laugh, Ortega's Hitman does it. Ortega Hitman is trash, bro. Like, we don't have some slow Hitman in Power history. But that nigga take the cake. He is trash. Did you say what the other night? When the hell is King Kilo even coming? He coming out next episode. Tommy has to lose at least one person real close to him. Well, JP, we know JP is up out here. Might lose another one. I wonder if Jannard do take out King Ugly as Hell in JP crib. The fuck he gonna do? Leave him? Hell yeah, he gonna leave his big ass there. You said this cartel is weak as fuck. What make it weak? Miguel had dude flailing legs off the ground. Yeah, that nigga was weak as hell, bro. Oh, you said it was gonna be a double cross. I missed that. But yeah, I mean, it could be something like that. I'm not necessarily predicting that that's gonna happen myself yet, but I think he put up a appealing enough argument that I can see it happening. Those dudes Vic brought in are weak as fuck too. Speaking of Vic, let's talk about Vic for a little second. What are y'all expectations and predictions for Vic this episode? I've been saying I think Vic is the wild card, and I think he is the one that people need to watch. Cause I'm still on that how that guy was saying they got people that's in New York that can come to back them up. And I haven't still yet to, and we don't know if this is gonna turn out to be true or not, but we know that they said Joseph himself, I think, mentioned that the auntie for Lisa Marie is supposedly supposed to be enforced. So what other connection could be going on with that if she's not going to show up? Boy, these niggas be saying some crazy shit. They let Tommy just kill that they dude and can't even put a scratch on Tommy. BMF has real cartels. These power cartels are jokes. They are. I gotta admit, no cartel really. So what do y'all think is the strongest cartel? So that we say Vic is gonna survive the entire series, and I think him and Tommy gonna end up being frenemies. I kind of agree with that a little bit because it seemed like to me, Tom, to a degree, Vic still likes Tommy, even though all the shit that he done did to him, he still got some kind of a liking to him. Maybe it's because he tried to save Gloria, so maybe that's it. And then the fact that Tommy kept him around, kept him alive, he might return the favor and save his life. Shout out to another content creator. They said Jannard should have jumped in the fight with Diamond to beat Tommy, and D Mac would have joined the fight. D Mac would have got his ass knocked out, like I said in the live then. Please have Jannard or Diamond survive. Vic can go in last episode. SG and what would right? It wouldn't have done shit. What else, Jeremiah? Yeah, I was thinking the Jimenez cartel. Well, see, we kind of CG, we kind of touched on that. I mean SG, sorry. We kind of touched on that. About that's what I was talking to. I don't know if it was Ronald or who it was, but basically what I was saying is D-Mac never got to hear the full extent of what was going on. So he probably was still confused. Because all Tommy said to him was them two tried to get you killed. He didn't tell him what the details were. So that could have been the reason why he didn't just really pop off like that. Victor Snitch needs to go to jail for killing his dad. Hmm. I think he was mad. He was mad. He said something, but didn't have too much time to react because the fight broke out. The man fighting him would have been dumb as fuck. He would have got knocked out. Absolutely. He can't beat them folks' ass. Man, fuck Walter. If Vic need to go to jail, it's for killing Vargas. But fuck Walter. Yeah, that was weird. The D-Mac ain't got mad that they tried. I'm trying to tell you the reason why he did. It's because he didn't know what was going on. But I believe afterwards, once Tommy and him meets up again, Tommy will tell him the full extent of what he was talking about and how they were setting it up for him to die. And then he's gonna understand. Anyways, what is y'all prediction for Shanti going into episode 8? I know a couple of people were saying that they believe she's gonna die. I don't believe so. Hmm. I kind of like Shanti, but I think she might die. So if she die, are you speaking of dying this episode coming up, episode 8? Dude really said BMF has a real cartels. Dude, BMF is trash. But I'll say this though, BMF might be trash. I can agree with that. At least the last two seasons was, especially season 3. But the cartels were more dangerous, low key. I think that's what he's implying. Might be where she is protecting Jannar. You saying she gonna die protecting Jannar? I seriously doubt that. Think she down with the next land in. Shanti about to work with Tommy, but she in the trailer talking to Jannar. That's confusing. Because are they back cool and plotting the fuck with? Wait, what? Am I tripping? I don't recall that. Hold on, let me pull up this damn trailer. How the fuck I missed that? They talk. Jannard and her talking.
Every case that come at me.
All right, this is the wrong one. Thought that was the other one. Yeah, that one there. It's really crazy. That motherfucker done disappeared on me. Oh shit.
What's happening here? Tommy lied to all of us. You had a lot of nerve to request a meeting with me. Whoa. Tommy needs a new partner. Tommy's just one guy. This gonna be a war like you've never seen before. I will burn that coalition to the ground.
So y'all know that right there. She's not talking to Janai. Okay, I get where you're getting that from. She's not talking to Janai. They just that's just the trailer's manipulation. She's talking to Tommy, and then they show Janai to make it look like it, but they're not in the same place.
Just one guy. This gonna be a war like you've never seen before. I will burn that coalition to the ground before I let them take.
Marshall got to turn up and catch a big body, and prove he belongs in the power universe. I think he gonna prove he belongs in power heaven. That's what that motherfucker about to prove. Here's the thing. Hold up. BMF did have good shootouts, though, including 2 Chainz doing the Harlem Shake in Gettysburg. Yeah, if she died, it's 9 or 10. It's definitely not 8. Yeah, the Cartels and BMF were more dangerous. They had machine guns and shit and blowing up cars. What are you talking about? Damn, Stacy alive? Scotty, I'm guessing you probably haven't seen my video explaining that already. Since you asked about how did he lie, I believe that scene is they're talking about what they're going to say to probably King Kilo or potentially Che. I think that's what that is, and they manipulating this. He's telling Jannar, we're going to tell King Kilo, Tommy lied to all of us about the D-Max situation. He the one told us that it was with Sean. But we didn't know it was D-Mac until now. Because King Kilo is going to get out of jail. So that's what they're going to try to use to keep King Kilo staying on their side. That was my prediction. Why you don't like the Stacy died right after Claudia? Is it me or do y'all feel some sexual tensions between Shanti and Tommy? I think it's just you. Yeah, that's you. I think Shanti and Tommy got that Tasha and Tommy's situation going on. That's what I feel. Anyways, though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let's head to this next one. Let's go ahead and touch on this war in Chicago. Now, we know pretty much after the events of episode 7, a massive war is about to take place. So, what I wanted to do pretty much in this slide is talk about what's good lifestyle. Basically, I wanted to talk about the size. Where do everyone stand in this up and coming war? Because we got Tommy and Miguel. I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to be on the same side. I think it's pretty safe to also say that Shanti will be on Tommy's side. So there's 3 big pieces on the board on one side. Obviously, Jannard and Diamond are on the same side, along with King Ugly as Hell. It seems like it seems like Diamond may have made a play to get Che on their side, but I believe that might backfire. If you watch my video on, if you watch my trailer breakdown, I kind of explained this a little bit. How there may be a situation when Tommy went to go visit Che, he was able to convince Che to be on his side. Because keep in mind, Miguel also has history with Che. So it could be a situation where Che lines up with Tommy. And Diamond them have to find a new plug. But keep in mind, they already got Madam Wu on their side. Also, I can see a situation where they side with Ortega and get their product from him. Think about this. Ortega has been trying to get his flag up into Chicago already. If he lines up with CBI and a good portion of the coalition, that makes sense for him. Plus, all of them are against Tommy and Miguel. So it would make sense for them to make a play to get Ortega on their side and Che sides with Tommy and Miguel. So now you got CBI, probably majority of the coalition. Then you got the Chinese with the Madam Wu's clan, plus the cartel of Ortega. So I would say CBI's side looks a little stronger than their side. So it might be the reason they need that little extra push. Vic is the wild card. I'm telling you, Vic is the wild card. I've been constantly saying that, and you're gonna see that. Hold up. Let me catch up with some of these comments, and I'll explain a little bit more. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Really do. Tommy hella awkward. Don't nobody want him. They drunk dive and go smash showstopper. That's great. No, yeah. Anyways, Jannard is gonna kill King Kilo, and that's gonna start beef with the RDS, and that's why they putting their guns out to Jannard in the trailer. That could have some. That could very well have some. And maybe that Tommy ends up getting them on his side. That could happen. Because keep in mind, Jannard is on that powder. He might be a little bit more. Remember, Joaquin Jannard was way more, you know, way more ruthless and didn't give a fuck than the Jannard now that we're seeing. Go from watch that episode. Don't you see the writer twist? Ghost fake his death and running the cartel. Hey, I hope you're right. I'm not down to nothing you saying. I really hope you're right. Tommy is Breeze, Tariq Ghost. D Mac is 2-bit. Braden is Tommy. Hmm. Did you see Ortega in jail? Did you see the photos on the wall, the drawing, the card, the Hermes leave on people body? Oh, you meant Hermes. People body. He was drawing. I did not catch that. You missed what the writer's doing. Look when he sat in prison, the drawing on the wall. What he was drawing was the same image on the card that Jimenez leave on bodies. Wait, so I'm gonna need you to direct me a little bit. Which part of the scene? What scene are you speaking of? Are you speaking of Ortega when he was speaking to his booty ass hitter? And if so, was it the first time they spoke or the second time? So Vic, let me touch on Vic really fast, right? So Vic, what I could see him do, because like I said, I believe eventually he's gonna sign. And I told you the reason why is because of what he did to try to protect Glory. He's gonna remember that. Even though all the stuff that they've been through, I think he's gonna understand. Tommy has only been treating me like that because I really fucked him over by trying to snitch on him. So I think he's gonna understand that inside of Tommy. I can absolutely see that. And what I think is gonna happen, like I told y'all, Tommy is going to be able to form an alliance with a good amount of people, but in the end, the Ortega cartel, the Marquez cartel, and you know CBI and all of them together are still going to have the upper hand, even with Tariq's help, I believe. So the wild card to save them could very well turn out to be Vic. Che will die, Miguel will get that spot, and Ortega will die. Remember, when Ghost met Lobos in the restaurant, pull it up, listen what Lobos asked him to run the cartel. Do you remember? Yeah, I remember that. I remember exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about when he was the same time he was telling him he can run it, he can run the hotel, he can have his own cartel and stuff like that, and how he wanted Ghost to run both coasts, but Tommy's no more. Can we make Jeremiah so his comments can show up in both sides? Because his comments are hidden in top messages. What do you mean, can we make Jeremiah? um, I'll highlight and stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of people be asking me to be moderator. I can't make everybody because, like, literally, what's it called? Just asked me. Sean family. You think the only thing Tommy's gonna lose is JP? It could be. Vic got no hitters, but yeah, Vic is the wild card to save Tommy. Yeah, the four husband was absolutely trash. Maria needs to leave Tommy. She might do that. Random question: whatever happened to Maria teaching Tommy Spanish? He should be fluent by now. Well, obviously she wasn't as good as a teacher as Angela was the ghost, because that motherfucker ain't fluent. Do you wonder why Stacey sent the fans to get Tommy fingerprint, find out who he is, and they turned down the task force to go hunt him? Yeah, I do remember that. Definitely remember that. She Latin, Tasha. Hold on, what the fuck is this? The fourth one didn't show up. When Ghost asked Stern to make him an offer, Stern is Ghost connect to get people in Democratic Party to turn down any investigations in them. I don't know why. I think Diamond getting his ass knocked out. He could go to the prison. But I mean, he started off, he could be that. One thing's for sure, he ain't getting a happy ending. That motherfucker going to jail or he dead. Morel better not leave Tommy. Imagine she pull a V and take Tommy money and dip with his seed. That's what I said, bro. That's what I said. It might happen, bro. Something going on with YouTube streams where comments are being hidden might have something to with the username. Same thing happened to me. I'm gonna set one of them up too. He could. Tommy is running all risks and streets. That's what we learned in OG Power while host in the shop. It's weird how Tommy and Diamond were friends to now hate each other. Well, in my opinion, like I said before, Tommy was somewhat naive to even believe that it wouldn't eventually get to that. Because the way he was treating Jannard, you have to think about it. He already vouched to get Jannard back into CBI. He should have known the moment Jannard came back to CBI to be making preparations to cut Diamond. That's what I would have done because that's his blood. He's gonna, um, push come to shove, he's gonna choose his brother, as if that's what he just did last episode. So, nigga, he should have had a backup plan in case Diamond did exactly what he did. I went to several streams leaving comments and nobody read them, so I had to ask the host for help. and they wasn't aware my comments were posted in the live. I figured out YouTube filters certain usernames. Really? Tommy and Diamond were never friends. They were business partners. Tommy did not see Diamond as an equal, and that was the issue. Well, actually, I'll say this. I think Diamond. I think actually Tommy genuinely really did like that. I think he did like it. That's the reason why Petition during their fight, he said what he said. He was like, we could have been partners. And he was kind of almost pouring his heart to him because he didn't really want to go like that, to go down like that. But at the same time, he wouldn't about to stand for somebody trying to take out his nephew either. But I think he actually did look at. See, this is the thing. You can tell when Tommy really liked you because he always takes it really hard when you disappoint him. Like, look how he was with Vic. He really liked Vic actually at one point until he figured out he was a snitch. Remember when Diamond was telling him he think Vic is the snitch, and he was like, "No, it's Jannard or it's whoever." And once he found out it was him, he was kind of pressed about it. Even Kate said that when people let you down, it never ends up well, and it's the truth. People, Tommy doesn't take stuff like that. So I think he liked him. He probably did somewhat consider him a friend, maybe, but he didn't see him as an equal. And that part is true. He didn't see him as an equal, and that absolutely what created a lot of the issues. He might have said those brothers always been bombs before Tommy. God damn, the bum ass Lakers done came back on the bum ass Clippers. The Clippers. Hold up. Fucking trash, man. Bombs gonna be bombs, I see. Letting the bomb have 29 on you. That's crazy work. Luca slowing the fuck out too. What the fuck, Luca? He knew I put money on him today. That's all it was. These bitch ass niggas. At least Kawhi did this time. Man, he's some weak ass niggas. I don't know, for those of y'all that play prize League, you know how they give you a discounted nigga? See, I don't watch football. They had a discounted football. So this nigga got a discount. His little booty ass should get it. Nigga was weak as hell. Didn't get shit. Slow piece of shit. Oh, Luca got hurt. Did not know that. And Jimmy Butler, bitch ass, made me lose out on my $800. Weak ass. Do you think it will come out that Jannard and Shanti will try to kill Diamond and he finds out? Ooh. The only way that'll come out is if Shanti introduce it, because those are the only ones that know about it. Clearly, Jannard is. So if Shanti wants to stir up some shit because she's mad, she could reveal it. But of course, Jannard is going to just deny it. So then you would be left with, is Diamond going to believe him? Diamond was getting kidnapped and extorted by gangsters and cops. Tommy changed that. You want a nigga that got two strikes to go to jail? Right. You want a nigga to go who got 2 strikes to go to jail for life. I try to be a good nigga, but you keep playing with a nigga. You want a nigga to go to jail for life. Hey, that man was snapping. You know that little nigga. Why I asked you to make him a mod so his comments can show up on all the chats and not be hidden. I mean, I can see it. I don't know. I was thinking maybe you can't see it because of him being on a different. You know how certain ones are on the mobile and certain ones are on the regular. I can see his comments. And like I'm just being fair. Everybody that I made a moderator have been consistent followers of mine for quite a while. That's the reason why I promoted them. And like I said, Sean family literally just asked me. It wouldn't be right if I went ahead and did it for him and not do. And Sean family, I just told him the same thing that I'm telling you now. Also, DeMarcus asked me to make, Michael a moderator, which I definitely not gonna do because that nigga trolled too damn much. And so I'm just being consistent. Diamond not going back to jail. He will go out like Kanan. That's what I think. I agree with you there. I think that nigga gonna go out like Kanan. Because look at how he reacted when his PO was trying to arrest him. He killed him. He was like he not going back to jail. So I think he got that mentality. Diamond ain't deserve to be treated as an equal. He is too simple-minded, like Janelle. Diamond ain't getting no cat the whole season. He got to smash Showstopper or Tammy Fresh. But that's crazy. He ain't gonna quite no damn. Why would he smash a goddamn Manny Fresh? I'm gonna have to show you what I mean. How could this weak ass nigga want to be a hoe? Weak ass nigga, bro. Damn, Jimmy Butler. Bitch ass couldn't just get 3 more points. Like when Tommy said, yeah, listen to your big brother. He did that. Anyways, I'm about to transition over to the next topic, good people. Now, this one here, Bobby and the 9-7s. Now, what made me come up with this particular topic is I was looking at a video by Getting It How I Live, right? And he brought up a very interesting point that I thought, that's something I didn't think of, but I could see that potentially happening. And what I'm speaking of is basically we know the 9-7 storyline first took place. What episode was that? Episode 3? When D-Mac did that robbery thing with the 9-7s? It was episode 3 or it was 3. Or was it 4? Either way, it really doesn't matter. The point is he did it, right? And then we didn't hear nothing else about the 9-7. So more than likely, they have to come back to the story. I doubt they just mention them just so D-Mac could do that, hit or whatever. So wouldn't it be interesting if, because keep in mind, the 9/7s was a group of people that were gang members with corrupt officers. That's what the 9/7s were, right? So the twist is, what if Bobby was one of the main leaders or so of the 9/7s? Think about it. So if he is, then you can add the 9/7s to the list of people that's after Tommy, especially when and if, Jannard or Diamond reveals to the 9/7 that it was D-Mac that robbed them. I ain't gonna lie to you, Talia. I think all studs take dick. A little bit of that with you. Every last one of them. They just be capping. Some of them will take it more often than others. But it's all, I think all women, it's always a dude that can smash them. In every cartel, there is a boss. Shay and Ortega are representative. That's what I was talking about last line. That's the word, reps. Yeah, of a cartel boss. So they will die. That was a plan, Lobos. Milan, Jason, Jimenez, now Che, and Ortega. Yeah, they're reps. So basically, the people that are the face of the organization, but not necessarily the head. Like they're the next step up from the head. So are you saying that his messages only show up on top chat? Lobos was a boss in cartel. He told Ghost that he got logistics in Mexico when he go. Anyways, though, what y'all think of this 9/7 situation that I'm saying? Y'all think Bobby might actually have some kind of hand in the being part of the 9/7s and actually being dirty enough to go after Tommy directly? Well, top messages means, I mean, they manually select it. So all the messages isn't gonna show in top messages. As long as it's showing in all messages, it's fine. 50 Cent have biggest and longest series in history. It will not end well. We will see the Black Cartel in series. 50 Cent is a genius. Mhm. How the fuck this shit go back to that? I see y'all ain't Bobby coming for Tommy just as hard as Stacy was. Yeah, but do you think he's gonna be a dirty cop with it? Like he just gonna be like, fuck it, we're gonna just go at this nigga? Or is he gonna try to be down by the book? I don't think he's gonna be by the book. Stacey could not turn mayor of Chicago if she was not corrupt. She was stupid. She had to die. The the DMC is bigger than Stacey. That's why Tommy canceled Christmas on her ass. Ghost and Tommy have the DMC in their pocket. Don't we all see that they both fake their death and all investigations are shut down in them? So he gonna say fuck the book. Yeah, I think so too. He's gonna kind of get enlightened a little bit to how Blanca was. Cause you remember how Blanca was mad at Sachs because he was doing dirt to try to catch people, but eventually she started to see why he was doing what he was doing. He was like, bro, we dealing with some ugly ass niggas, bro. We gotta be just as ugly as them to catch them. You see how Carter, damn. Tommy killing Stacy was equivalent to Ghost and Greg Knott's house with no gloves. How is that? Explain a little bit of how you mean is equivalent to that. If I was Stacy, once I become mayor, I would wear Tommy ass out. Well, he did it in a moment of emotion, but at the same time, he kind of had to. Talia, stop correcting people. We know what he meant. I mean, I noticed that, you know, he wasn't thinking every move he made was well thought out. Now that going to bring the ex-husband on, it is. And here's the thing: somebody else, who was this? Somebody said something about this. I can't think of who it was at the moment. But another great point is the fact that Stacy had a phone in her hand when she was talking with Tommy, if you pay attention. So here's the thing: was she potentially recording Tommy the entire time? And then the craziest part, Tommy didn't check her body at all. He just walked off. So you don't know what kind of, because as dumb as that seemed like that was for Stacey to do, you think Stacey was stupid enough to do that without having any kind of plan B to make sure, you know, she catch him, even if she dies doing it? Because she could have recorded him. And then in the end game, because I think what could end up happening, this is what I'm gonna make a bold prediction right here. I think Tommy may go to jail at the end of this season. And it's probably gonna be because of the murder of Stacey Martin. Because think about this. You know how power is about these parallels. Tommy's father went to jail right after the birth of Tommy. Remember, because Kate told the story in episode 408, right? No, 409, titled That Ain't Me. Remember, that's the same episode that Tommy went to look for his birth certificate so he can go visit him, right? Um, once Kate finally admitted that Teresi was his father, she said he left him. She said he came, he was holding him, I took the picture, and he left him. And he never came back. That's what she told him. So shortly after Tommy was born, he got arrested. Or he left, whatever. But we know he got arrested not long after that. So this is my thing. Could we possibly see Tommy getting arrested right after his son is born or right before it? That's assuming that the baby even survived. Because to be honest, that little ugly ass hitter, that booty ass hitter, might end up making Maria lose that baby. I mean, yeah, he was careless. I'm not disagreeing that he wasn't careless, but I do think he had to kill her because she was trying to arrest the nigga. But he absolutely, if he was gonna kill her, he should have checked her for wires, checked her for phone recordings, checked her for everything. See, he probably should have took her body. But the nigga just shot her and left her there. That's kind of uncharacteristic of Johnny. No need for Stacy to live if she did not want to play ball. Tommy should have took the burner he gave Stacy after he called her. He killed her. I said that on the live the other night after that was he was shipping. Yep. Even if she had a phone, that investigation would be shut down. DMC is bigger than Stacy. She was wrong. She have no idea who Tommy is. Well, we're gonna see what Stacy right about her having him having no idea who she is. I hope he does. His character keeps winning. You hope he do. He what? Go to jail? Tommy's supposed to be dead, but in New York never should have made himself known there, unless he's going to be in jail for legacy. I don't know. Yeah, he could be. He could. He could get life like his father. I'm just saying. Whatever, whatever she recorded is that she took money from drug deal. Whatever she recorded is that. I mean, yeah, she would burn herself, but she said that already that she'll have to take a slap on the wrist, but she'll still take him down. Yeah, 409 is the same, is the episode Raina was killed. But if you can remember, where the title of that episode is That Ain't Me. And the title comes from two characters said those words in that episode. Keisha said it when Tommy was trying to get her back on his side because of him needing to clean money through her shop again. She kind of went off on him, said her little line, "You think because the thing ain't good, you gonna just play me like that again, just so you can turn around and do the same shit to me again? That ain't even me, yo." And then you got the same thing when Teresi was talking to him while he was in prison, saying, "Yeah, I may have did, I may have did. I think he said leave or not been in your life, but I'm not the type of father to abandon his child. That ain't me." And remember, he was telling Tommy, "I want you to," because he was talking to him over the phone at this point. He was saying, "I want you to come and visit me." And Tommy was like, "I'm a felon. I can't, the only way I'm going to come see you is if I'm, behind bars." And then she said Teresa was like, "They make special exceptions for immediate family. Your mom has some documents that proves that I'm your father." So, yeah, that episode. I'm still curious of who the OG character is too, bro. It'd be crazy. Like maybe that person don't show up to episode 9. Stacy told Washington he is alive. They got no task force. He will not go to jail for a small fish like Stacy. Remember, Blanca, the DEA got shut down too when she found out Tommy was in Chicago. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, he definitely got a point, bro. All of that shit absolutely did happen. I think the plot twist would be that Ghost saves Tommy low key. I hope so. I would like to see Stacey husband smoke Tommy. Yes, Tommy, he should go to jail. Think Morel losing the baby, we're not getting a Tommy Egan Jr. Tommy going to jail is like Monet going, can't see it, but could happen though. I'm trying to remember. Did Blanca find out that Tommy was alive and in Chicago? Because one thing I do know for sure is that Chicago's DOJ absolutely reached out to New York. And they were telling him he's dead, but they found out that, no, they gave him confirmation that he was still alive. Is it possible we could have a hallucination dream with saying with Tommy, Mira, and Teresi passed. He go to jail. Maria raised the kid on her own, and the kid don't find out till he grown. He go deaf. That's what I was saying. It could happen like that. How would you feel if Ghost pops up with a machine gun to save Tommy, but killed at the end of the force? I would accept that. I would absolutely accept that. 'Cause that's kind of what Amari was alluding to anyway. He was saying that's how he always, envisioned Ghost's character would go out, defending his family, somebody he loved. Like Tommy gets into some shit, he comes try to see, and honestly, that would kind of make sense. It would give it would be a win-win for everybody if they did that. Because okay, Amari's asking for $1 million per episode. We don't want to have to pay him out $10 million for a season, right? But hey, if you would agree to show up one episode, we pay you $1 million for that one episode. You get the same story that you was. We get the same story, you know what I'm saying, that you originally was talking about. You go down saving your brother. And the fans get what they want. Ghost is alive, but we finally get a closure. Now you know he died protecting his friend, his brother. I would be 100% okay with that. The fans would be outraged all over again. I would, me personally, I would be okay with it. We already know Tariq is not the old OG character. I mean, I don't think we can 100% say he's not. They said when they called New York to tell them Tommy's in Chicago, they laughed and didn't believe them. When Blanca heard that, she would have been in Chicago the next day after she went to Holly Reed. Hey, like I told you, especially season one is kind of foggy for me in certain aspects. So I'm not sure of that. I'm not going to say somebody's wrong or right in that situation. Tariq bringing 2-bit would be live. I would love to see that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not certain on this, but I think I do recall something like this happening. Mecca and Force would have been gone. Anyways, though, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this final topic. And this segment here, people, is something I'm doing basically, we're going to go through all the remaining characters and dive into it, whether or not these people, whether we believe they're going to make it dead or alive. So, are they going to make it or are they going to die? The first one we have is Shanti Showstopper, people. So, Shanti Showstopper, dead or alive. Now, when I say dead or alive, I'm speaking of the entire series. Like, is she gonna make it for the entirety of this series? Like, will she make it out alive? Mexican Martel's fear goes and tell me because they killed Lobos. He was cartel boss. He was not a regular guy. I think it's over for Shanti. No, this is for the remainder of the series. Shanti might die trying to save Denard in the end if she find out Tommy played her. He said, R.I.P. Showstopper. So hold on. Y'all still believe she got feelings enough for Denard to try to save her? And what is it that Tommy could be potentially trying to play her? You think Tommy could like turn on her in the end? Now, I definitely can see him being ignorant enough to do that, but oh shit, they are hilarious. Hey, LeBron put up 36 though. They gonna say that. That's what they gonna say. When LeBron fall, he put up 36 points. Sorry, motherfucker, you lost. How it is. Okay, got you. I had for a slight second forgot that even happened. You're right. It could end up happening. That Tommy set that up and basically tempted Denard, knowing all the information that he knew. And she might be a little bit more forgiving once she finds that out. I could see that. Showstopper ain't messing with Denard no more. She cheated. He cheated and back on drugs. It's a wrap. I mean, I kind of want to lean towards. I don't think they're gonna have a thing again, but I think she does make an appealing argument with the point of if um, she finds out that Tommy played both of them basically, and that's the reason it happened. She might just, you know, hmm, She not down with him. She a woman. She loved that dude, but she was manipulating him at the same time. Yep. I don't know about the she not done with him part, but she absolutely loved him and was manipulating him at the same time. That's absolutely. Because look at the words that she said to him. If you pay attention, she told this nigga, "You ain't nothing without me." I mean, basically saying she made him. That's something you never should be saying to somebody that you love and care about. Like you really believe, like that's fucking with his confidence. The bomb is that stuff. Yeah, of course he is. Look on Jannard's face was priceless when he heard Diamond say Tommy is not a CBI. Really, I didn't pay attention to that. Diamond and his brothers was bombs and will be. Tommy wanted to help them. We need free choice. If the person gets a happy ending, dies, or goes to jail. Okay, we can imply that. That's cool. Hmm. All right, next one. This motherfucker dead, alive, happy ending. What happens with your boy Marshall? Shanti Tommy was playing for him from day one. That's one more thing Tommy asked her to do, remember? Remember, he told him, he said, I know you trying to get to Diamond. He told, hell on, Tommy told Jannard, I know you trying to get to Diamond. He didn't tell Shanti that. What are you, I don't know what you mean with that. Marshall happy ending goes to college with Darnell. I knew that was your answer. Might have called him Darnell. If D Mac dies, Genesis will start to mess with girls, probably. And actually, D Mac was gonna be next on my list. D Mac people, dead or alive. I don't think he get no happy ending. Even if he live, he ain't getting no happy ending. And I knew Talia was gonna say something. He ain't dying. D Mac ass, go ahead, up out of here. Somebody go ahead and admit it. Up out of here. I'm sure not a happy ending. We know his father's a pack for sure. They killed D-Mac, you done? Yo, ass still be here. He gonna be dead as hell. He gonna still be here. They could give us a good ending, though. You never know. If Genesis met Effie and had a threesome with D-Mac, that would send the YN ratings through the roof. Hey, that's definitely. I think it's definitely some truth to that. No, I don't think D-Mac. No, but I'm just asking, and I'm actually just trying to start some shit with people, but I don't think he's done. One thing you all not saying or not showing in the spoiler that CBI will be split in half. Well, I actually did mention that. I said some of the people will go with Tommy. I think majority will side with Diamond and Janai. But yeah, certain people will stay loyal to because they're gonna see it as Tommy is who is keeping us paid, and some of the shit that was done wasn't right, especially with the point that somebody made about, you know, D-Mac, I mean, not D-Mac, with Jannard taking out King Ugly as Hell. Well, you say CBI, so never mind. We're not talking about that. That's correlation. But still, he's not lying. That's who they do this for, the YNs. Diamond would to kill his members because they like Tommy's style. Tommy makes them all makes them, yeah, yeah. Cause let's be real. Pretty much. That's what happened with Smurf. Pretty much Smurf was like, man, Tommy legit. Tommy the reason why we getting all this money, why we in this position. So, he felt he was like, we should have kept Tommy in the loop. And well, look what happened. Diamond started beating the mind ass. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Diamond is probably going to attack anybody that pledges loyalty to Tommy, which makes me think Marshall could potentially be in trouble. D-Mac is good because D-Mac is going to be with Tommy. He's not going to be, around. But if Marshall doesn't stay close to them and he's still, somewhat affiliated with CBI, they gonna make that nigga pick a side. Look, no fucking with D-Mac or Tommy. And we know how loyal Marshall has been to D-Mac. So I mean that, you know. Who thinks Big Smurf is either side with Tommy or Donnie? I think he died. He gets killed at the warehouse by Tommy and Miguel in the trash. I agree with that. I think he's gonna die because we seen him in the car with Bones, and we know Bones looks like he sided with Jannard and Diamond, rightfully so, because he was one of their originals. So why would he flip? But Smurf, on the other hand, I think he might be in between, sort of, because he's gonna remember what Diamond did to him. But at the same time, I fear he might go ahead and stick by Jannar sometimes. Smurf is in the car with Jannar when they go to shoot up to the funeral, so I don't think he's siding. Yeah, Diamond can't run a coalition, bro. Shay only work with street gangsters because Thomas style was more business. Same thing him and Ghost did, move away from the street. Similar to what Ghost said in, episode one, well, at least Lobo said, Ghost said, when he pitched to them. You said, the gangs, we're business. But yeah. All right. So what about Bobby DeFranco, people? Does Bobby survive, or is he gonna hit the bucket just like everybody else? Jannard will die in the back seat of the car at the front of JP. Both CBI, Smurf, and the other guy took him out. So hold on, you saying Smurf and Bones will take out Jannard at the funeral scene? I don't know. That's kind of funny. I kind of find it hard to believe. Bobby probably survived Jannard driving the car, but he gonna die in the back seat. Maybe Diamond or Jannard get killed by former treason members. They are in the final official trailers. Yeah, I did notice that I seen them return again. And keep in mind, dude did get into it with Jannard. So you saying Bones and Smurf will side with Tommy, but it seemed like, I mean, traders can be manipulated. We always got to remember this. But it seemed like Bones and Smurf was with Jannard waiting outside the car. I mean, waiting outside the church. Now we are seeing Diamond the true color and why he went to prison. He was reckless and greedy. Remember that cop who took money away from him because he said Diamond sold his sister bad coat. Yes, and she was a vegetable or something like that in the hospital because of it. We didn't see that scene in the show yet, but that could be what happens. Or they side with Tommy or they coming for CBI because of Shanti. What you mean they coming for CBI because of Shanti? You know what's crazy? I keep forgetting who the hell Grayskull is. Who the fuck is Grayskull? Grayskull is the one that got in the fight with Jannar last season. Is that the hold on. I do remember Jannar fighting one of them niggas. I can't even remember. That's the nigga with the lock. Yeah, that okay. 'Cause, he shows up and with the gun on them and stuff. Got you. Yeah, so I could see him. Absolutely. I could see him popping Jannar. Absolutely. Because think about it. He has motive to do want to do so. If Tommy could pitch to them a good play to put them in a good position, and keep in mind they still want revenge for Chewie, which they never got. Remember, Jannar killed Chewie. So that'll be just enough um, reasoning for them to take them out, and they could still be getting paid. So hey, that one could happen. He is in the trailer pointing the gun at someone with a bald head, likely Jannard or Diamond. Big Smurf in the trailer too, wearing yellow, pointing guns at other people too. Smurf pointing the gun at Grayskull. Grayskull pointing the gun at one of the CBI brothers. Yeah, you know how that shit goes. Nah, it didn't freeze. I'm replying to some of these comments people leave. You still got people that's in denial that JP is dying, which is crazy. Like this one dude that's trying to say, y'all keep saying JP, why not D-Mac? Like, nigga. Somebody answered it for me, I see. Somebody said nigga because he at the funeral. Right. You can literally see D-Mac at the funeral. I didn't know JP had this many protectors. It's crazy. Who the hell is saying it's Kate? There's no way people think that it's fucking gay. That is crazy. You talking about that it's Kate's funeral or Kate that's getting shot? And this is the thing. That's how you separate the casuals from the real power fans. The people that saying stuff like it's Kate or that is D-Mac. Because they don't thoroughly analyze the trailers and stuff like that. Because you can clearly tell that it's not D-Mac because you get the trailer of D-Mac at a funeral. We haven't gotten that funeral scene yet. So that lets you know he must make it to whoever's funeral that's coming. So clearly he's not the one getting shot. That should eliminate that. If you're not if you're a real, hardcore fan, that should let you know that. And as far as Kate, this one you can give that one a little bit more of a chance, even though I know it's not Kate. But I'm saying like she's at the funeral too, but she's like far out. You would have to really look at it to notice that she's far out at the podium, you know, delivering a eulogy or whatever she's doing for the ceremony. So I can kind of get why they might think it's Kate, but it's definitely not her either. But I actually haven't seen nobody say it's Kate. They say Kate dies in episode 8, and that's her funeral. People be slow because how is her funeral when she tell Tommy make himself? That's another thing. Dead giveaway. So you gonna make was that you saying that's a hallucination of Kate saying that because they killed her? But you also get a scene of her hugging Tommy too, crying. Why is she hugging Tommy crying? We haven't seen that scene yet either. There's only 3 episodes left. How far our forces caught up now? I don't know, bro. Honestly, they might just be fully caught up. And they like people have been saying, they didn't cover the trip to New York. But one thing for sure, I got some more videos and stuff that I got to knock out. So I'm about to go to get up off here. So I was only planning on doing about 2 hours, 2.5. So getting these last little things up, we can get our last remarks in because I got to. One thing I'm going to start doing, and I think it's cool, is reaction videos to power scenes. So I'm probably going to knock out a few of those tonight. Hmm. Anyways, good people, I'm about to go ahead and get up off here. Like always, much love and respect to everybody that always stop through these live streams with me. But I got other work to do, and I think my ass about to go and grab me something to eat, and then right back at it. So, have a good night for everybody. I will be back. I probably will do a late night stream tomorrow too. I'm not sure, but I'm for sure doing Black Cherry Chronicles during the day. So I might double stream tomorrow. Just checking the community to see whether or not I decide to do that. But for sure, Black Cherry Chronicles will be on for tomorrow. But anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all good peeps tomorrow.